All right, just first off, really proud of our team, coming off the bye week, to be able to come out and, to go get the win, doing the things that, we needed to do to win that game. And, we won it handily, but there's times, and just like I told the team, you sit there and there were so many opportunities throughout that game to really, put it away earlier and, to play our best. And I thought there was a lot of great performance. I thought Jordan Travis played maybe as good of a game as he's played, since he's been here. His control, you see the work, you see the, I said it during the week of practice, he was almost angry at how he prepared. And it was impressive to see him carry that over and through for almost 400 yards. Had great command, control, had some missed opportunities that were left out there. I thought defensively in the first half was phenomenal. I mean, the only thing we gave up, we had a turnover, gave up a short field. They were able to make a stop, but then there were things that showed up throughout the game. Offensively, like I said, had some drop balls, way too many penalties just as a football team. That's something that we've got to make sure that we maintain our control, our composure in all things, and executing to the level that I know we're capable of. And for us to be able to go and win that game and still not play our best, I mean, this is one of those times where there's something I'm really unhappy about that I saw today. But I'm definitely glad that we got the win, and really proud of our guys. We're able to play a lot of different players, get some great experience, and do the things necessary. There at the end. And so thought it was a good day. Proud of our guys. I appreciate the work. I appreciate their response and just the way that they compete on a day in, day out basis. And we're going to continue to get better. You do see the growth. You see the steps, and you just got to continue to make sure that we clean up some of those little things.
All right. First question will be Ira to your right.
As you said, you guys had at least one or maybe a couple games this year where you've had an opportunity to put teams away and didn't do it, came back to haunt you. When they did cut it to 21-10, and you guys pulled away, what do you think was different in that experience?
I mean, it was a really good opportunity for us to respond. And sometimes you need those things to show up. And that's, you sit there and you look at it, and it was a couple of uncharacteristic plays. We gave up the surprise onside, and we felt like we were pretty confident that was going to happen at some point. And a teachable moment for a young player. And those are things that then they go down and they're able to score a touchdown on their opening drive. And I was proud of the response that we had, and the way we were able to overcome the negativity, the negative plays or the negativity that showed up throughout the course of the game, and be able to respond to go and finish. And it shows growth. It shows the buy-in and the investment in the work allows you to overcome in those situations. And we've been through a lot, and this is still a relatively young team, and with a lot of guys that are getting that firsthand experience throughout this season. So it's good to see them respond and go out there and do what was necessary to win the game going away.
That could be Brendan up in the left.
Can you hear me? You mentioned that Jordan practice was kind of angry. I guess what went into this week of practice for him? What was that, chip on shoulder or whatnot?
Jordan's played really well this year, and but there's been plays, or there's been moments where maybe he didn't, where he wanted those plays back, and he wanted the opportunity to go out there and just be better. And so, he's worked at an elite level throughout this season. But when you continue to stack those good days upon each other, and then even though there have been some times that maybe he didn't have the best play, or things didn't work out the way that he wanted, but when you continue to make that investment, then you see that constant growth, and that's what he's done. And he was ready and he was prepared to go out there and play at a high level today. And like I said, we put a lot on Jordan, and it's a fun offense to play quarterback in, but it's also a challenging offense because of the things that we ask him to do, and the things that he does in the run game, the things he does with protections in the passing game. But you see a confident quarterback out there taking snaps, and it's because of the work, it's because of his investment, and I love the way he played today.
Early on, you guys did have some miscues, obviously a couple fumbles, but also that red zone trip where you had to call timeouts and then ended up turning it over. Were you guys were rusty at all after the bye, or do you think guys were trying to do too much?
I think, and that's what we talked about at halftime, especially offensively, is that, you know, guys trying to do too much. You know, so we had some young guys that eyes weren't where they needed to be, weren't getting the signals, and I mean that's just, those are the frustrating moments that you come up because, you know, guys get in there and, you know, they want to do well, but they just got to take a deep breath and go, you know, execute what they see. And so we had a couple timeouts that we had to use, and but ultimately it was. You know, the mistakes that showed up early, you know, I thought we responded well offensively there to be able to overcome that, and I thought we played a much better brand of football offensively there in the second half. You know, we did a good job of just, and that was our halftime message, just take a deep breath, go out there and don't try to do too much. Just trust your coaching, trust your training, trust the things that you've done in practice all week, and you know, they did that, and I thought played really well.
Go to Assam.
Yeah, Coach, defense allowed 24 yards on 24 plays in the first half, 8 tackles for loss. Can you just talk about that, how important that was to start off the game for the defense?
No, it was huge, and I thought the defense played at a really high level. I love the plan that Coach Fuller came in with, the way the guys attacked, you know, were able to make a lot of impactful plays there early. You know, it was that's what you want to see. And the only points we gave up, you know, was after the fumble where they didn't get a first down and, you know, still were able to hold that field goal. But, you know, I like seeing that potential from our defense. You know, like I said, in the second half, there's a few things that showed up that we got to clean up and you'll continue to get better at. But I know those guys will do it. And but all in all, I thought they did a really nice job.
All right, we're gonna come to the middle.
Coach, obviously you got Fabian Lovett back today. I'm sure you probably had him on a little bit of a pitch count, but what did you see from him today, and how much does he impact that defensive line?
I mean, he's an incredible impact for our team, for our defensive line, for everybody. You know, he's just, you know, his size, you know, the ability, the physicality. I mean, it's definitely felt. And you know, I thought that, you know, having those guys, you know, up front, you know, did a great job of stopping the running game. You know, forcing them to be more one-dimensional. Allowed us to kind of tee off, you know, there in some situations. And you know, I just Fabian for who he is, the way he works, the way he shows up and impacts this football team. Whether he was, you know, playing today or you know, last handful of weeks where he wasn't available, he still was always there making investments. And you know, there's a joy to see him out there, you know, making plays, and you know, did a really good job for us. So I'm glad to have him back. And you know, he was limited today, but you know, as each week goes by, you know, be able to, you know, gain more and more.
We'll go back to Brendan.
I know you said that CJ Campbell was ahead of schedule, to start ahead of schedule. Maybe you didn't expect that. How cool was that to see?
I mean, it's remarkable, and you know, I know, and I'm sorry, I know him as being out for the year at the beginning of, at the end of fall camp. You know, that's what we thought, and you know, I don't know if I've seen a rehab and just a belief that's gone better than what is did, and you saw the reaction when he scored the touchdown. And this team, I mean, he is a special young man, and I loved every second of seeing that, the celebration and just his joy at practice. Which, I mean, you guys that are out there, I mean, you feel it, and it's contagious. You know, and I mean, that's what I love about that running back room, is that is a group that really pours into each other. They believe in each other. You know, they you know, even through adversity. I mean, it was an emotional time when CJ got hurt because of just, you know, what all he does. And you know, he was, you know, very limited today as well, but you know, it's good to be able to see him get in there at the end and make the you know, have that touchdown, have some really good runs. You saw Rodney Hill, young running back, had some great runs. You know, and Rodney's continued to build that confidence. And, but you know, I'm excited about what I see, and you know, and the relationships was what makes this team special. And you know, this group really does care about each other. They care about who they play for and how they represent Florida State. And, we're going to continue to push and get better with all that we do. And you know, these guys, they embrace that work.
We'll come back to the middle.
You talked about the turnover that set up GT's first score. I know that's been a few incidents of turnovers in the goal line or on the goal line this season. I guess, how do you kind of evaluate when to call maybe the trick plays, the jet sweeps, the wildcat, things like that on the goal line? And how do you evaluate your goal line play as a whole?
No, I don't call those trick plays, though. I mean, it's not, you know, ultimately, you know, a speed sweep. You know, it's just something that was a productive play on the one before. You know, we've been in wildcat before many times and scored, you know, a lot of touchdowns and had good plays. And you know, ultimately, you know, we had a running back, started leaving a little early. Snap was a little bit, just a little bit off. It's a combination, and we can't have those things. And it goes to the big picture approach of guys trying to do too much rather than just staying true to what it needs to be. And ultimately we've got to be better, and we can't make those mistakes, those critical moments, and that has cost us at times, but it's also been successful for us.
We'll stay in the middle, go one row back.
Like, I think there was a part of the game where you guys converted 8 straight third downs. Just, I guess, offensively, what are maybe the common themes when you guys are really firing on all cylinders versus maybe when you guys struggle to finish drives and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, I think you saw it today. I mean, and you go through the self-scout, and it was still held true today. We get down, if we don't have the self-inflicted, penalty, drop pass, obviously turning the ball over. If we can stay away from that, I mean, our guys, they build confidence throughout it, and we were able to put ourselves in good situations. We were able to have good balance, and I think we ran the ball well. And really today, some of that, the passing game opened up some more seams for the running game. They're late, and so that's part of the game. But we want to be balanced, and we've got great playmakers. Really proud of the offensive line. And I mean, that's a defense that you look over the last 3 weeks throughout the course of the season. They've done a good job, and I thought our guys really approached the work at a high level, and they were able to come out and do what was necessary to get the win.
We'll go over to Corey on the right.
Mike, how big was it after a month to just those players to feel a win again, to be in a happy locker room again, to break a rock? What does that mean for this team moving forward? What can it mean?
No, it's big, and we've had a challenging stretch, and I'm not talking about you look at 3 games that you lose. I'm talking about 7 games we played, and we played a really good schedule. We've had good good competitive opportunities. Some's gone well, some we've come up short because of a variety of different reasons. But you play to go and to experience that success. Just like I told our guys, I mean, I'm so proud of them to see them do what was necessary. It's great to feel the energy and the excitement, but also like the fact that they understand what standard we're pushing for, and they know that we didn't play our best game, and I can coach them hard even in that moment where you're excited about the success that was just had, but we all have to answer that. Was that our best? And what now we need to take the steps moving forward. This week that's ahead is huge for us. It's huge for our program. It's a game that you come to Florida State to come and play in, and but for us to go and play the best that we can here, we still have to clean a lot of these things up. And our guys embrace that. And really proud of them. It was great energy in the locker room, but also a sense of expectation of where we need to get better. And I respect this team for that.
All right, we got time for 2 more. We'll go to the top right corner.
Hey Coach, on a lot of plays, Georgia Tech right before the snap often would shift their defensive front one way or the other. What were they trying to accomplish doing that, and how did you fight that as the game went on?
They're multiple defense, and they shifted and moved, and they did a good job of. We expected that to show up, and we had a few communication things that happened, and but ultimately they're trying to keep a disguise of what they're doing with their front, keeping our linemen play a little bit more hesitant. They've done a good job. They've done a good job throughout the season with it. I thought our guys handled it well for the most part. We had some issues that showed up that we had to get corrected, but you got to give credit on the things that they do, and for us to continue to get better.
All right, last one will be Ira on your right.
Last 2.
It's gonna be 2 for 1. I think Ira is special.